Hey guys,
I'm Casey.
and I'm Shereen, and you're here watching the Lovin Show.
Stay tuned to see who we're going to speak to next. Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Lovin Show. I'm joined by Amy. Hey guys, and of course the beautiful Lavina Israni. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me, Cassie.
Not at all. I mean, you've just been verified on Instagram. Is that true?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
That's
I'm
amazing.
so
Yeah,
excited. I know. I waited for it for too long, guys.
But what does it mean?
It means you're legit,
You're
and
legit.
people should follow you, and you're verified. So Instagram acknowledges all the efforts that you're putting into content creation, and I think it just makes you more legitimate compared
It's
to
all
the
the
other
celebs have
bloggers.
it.
I know.
Obviously.
Thanks.
Oh, you're like
Thank
you're a
you.
celeb.
Thank you. I
So-
am.
Is it based on like followers or is
It's
it
actually not. You'll be surprised. A lot of people think that's a misconception, actually. So a lot of people think that if you have a certain number of followers, only then you can be verified. But I've seen people with like 3-digit and 4-digit number following, and they still have a blue tick. So it's just about your
Instagram?
Or you have to prove maybe your posts have to get engagement, or you have to be doing like specific number of
You
posts?
need to actually, to be honest, you have to have decent media links. So when I was doing my verification, it took me about 10 months, to be honest.
Oh,
I've
wow.
been trying since November. And it's August now, so it's been so long, and they wanted a lot of links from me on places where I've been featured. So I have a lot of links from like ITP, Khaleej Times, Gulf News, Lovin.
Now you have Lovin.
Lovin. I actually did have Lovin. I mean, I did submit that. So I was collecting all of these links for ages, since like 10 months. And then once they were convinced that my profile can be replicated, or they saw my media license,
That you're
I
actually
have a
legit.
verified blogger. I mean, I have an NMC license, right?
Yeah.
So they went through all of that, and once they were convinced that I should be receiving a tick, they finally gave it to me.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm
So-
so stoked.
I bet you are. So how did you actually get into blogging in the first place? Becoming an influencer?
So when I actually started blogging, it wasn't as big as it is now. Because, I mean, when did Lovin Dubai start?
2015, I think, 4 years ago. 5 years ago.
2015 was exactly when I started, and I don't know if you remember, but the media landscape back then was very different compared to what it is now. And then there was this sudden influx of bloggers in like 2016, 2017, and then like everybody wanted to become a blogger, and
Yeah.
then there was too much supply of content, and everyone's just doing the same thing over and over again. But when I started, it was nothing like that, because there were no bloggers, and I was a fresh graduate from AUD. I finished studying advertising and marketing, and then because of a few personal reasons, I wasn't really looking out for a job. I was just helping out with my dad's business, and I got really bored. I got very bored working with my dad, because he has a textile business, and I mean, I was so used to like being in Media City. I studied in AUD,
Yeah.
so I was used to a certain lifestyle, and then going to like working for a family business, it just didn't work for me. I think I left by the 3rd day.
Sorry, Dad.
I was like, I can't spend the next 60 years of my life doing this, like no way.
Yeah.
But of course, I'm proud of what my dad's done. He's been here since the last 40 years, and he
Wow.
has his own business, and he's been doing so well for himself. But it just wasn't for me. It was a very male-dominated industry where he works. So I'm like, okay, let's like do something I'm passionate about. And like, I like writing, I like photography, I like social media. So all of that just came
Encompasses
together.
one. Yeah. So for those that don't know, who wouldn't know your social profile, what do you say that you would like specialize in? Travel, food?
I would do a lot of like lifestyle content. So I'm doing movie reviews every weekend. That's for Bollywood. I don't cover Hollywood yet. So there are Bollywood movie reviews every Thursday. There are food reviews, there are travel content, meeting celebrities. There's a lot going on, actually. Even especially if something new comes up, I want to be the first one to cover it. Before anybody else can get there, I want to be the first one to post about it. So my content calendar is literally like going online, looking for new places that have opened up, and being the first one to post about them.
That's a great excuse.
Yeah, absolutely. But having your content calendar so busy, how do you like balance work life and a friend life? I always think about that about influencers. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have a 9 to 5, so how do you balance?
You just work around it. So I have a diary, and I put all of my entries there. So
Just be very organized.
it's okay. Like today, I'm gonna meet my friends at 8 o'clock. It's fine. It's okay. So
Get them to like come on down to all your events and stuff.
They do sometimes, but that was in the beginning when they thought this is all about fun. So they were like, oh, it's just a lot of food and like amazing people, and then they saw it's like real hard work, and now they don't want to come anymore. So if anyone wants to be my +1, please.
It's a good point, mainly on the hard work thing.
I was going to say, but also
Yeah.
like, so the misconception, as you kind of said already, is very much about the fact that it is work. Like this is effectively now you are self-employed. Like you have to earn a living through this, doing all that sort of stuff. How do you?
They don't understand it's a responsibility, because if I'm going somewhere for a review and we get all of this food, I'm not gonna, they're not gonna immediately start eating it, because I'm gonna take pictures and different angles, and like something's not working, I'm gonna do it all over again, and before they can have it, they're like, oh, it's already cold now. Well, I'm sorry, but like this is what it is. Like there's so many times that I just go alone by myself, because it's better to go alone than to go
And get
with
the right
someone.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, because then no one's gonna come in the way of the pictures, and like it's work at the end, so you have to take responsibility, right?
Yeah. So do you have like a view on, obviously if you're taking all these photos, like you obviously like make them look slightly prettier with filters, editing, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like do you have like a rule, like how much you edit, how much you don't, especially with kind of like if you're doing, I don't know, beautiful skyline shots or anything like that?
So actually most of the pictures we see on Instagram are doctored, but there has to be a limit where you stop.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be going
Needs to look
overboard. Yeah, because then you kind
semi-normal.
of set wrong expectations, and then people are like, oh, this place looks so nice, but it's not really like that, and like, these things come in play. But at the same time, beautiful pictures make your Instagram beautiful. So you have to make your pictures look good, because that's how you're going to get people to visit, right?
So it's a fine balance.
But you get to go to all these beautiful places, and you obviously get to eat a lot of cool things, see awesome movies, but like you said, there's work. So if to on the outside world, it's the dream job, but is it the dream job?
I mean, it's my dream job for sure, because I like putting the hard work in, because there's actually some return coming in, right? But yeah, there are a lot of people who have the misconception that being a blogger or an influencer is so easy and it's just about clicking pictures, and then they try it. There's so many people, like, I don't know if you remember, but back in 2016-ish, when everybody wanted to become a blogger, I'm not kidding, like 80% of those profiles are dead right now. It's 2019. It's been 3 years.
With the license.
With the license,
right?
yeah.
When
I have a license. In fact, I'm going to renew it now. It's already been a year since all of that happened. So when the whole influencer license thing came up, like most of the people were like, oh, we don't want to do it anymore. Like we're not going to get a license, and then we don't know if we're going to make the money back. But I was confident that this is what I want to do.
Perfect.
And the industry is going through a lot of cleanup, and I'm very happy about it.
Yeah. I was going to say, it makes it a lot more legitimate, I guess.
Yeah, it kind of really balances like the supply and the demand of influencers, and there were too many back then.
So what is the coolest thing that you've done as an influencer, like doing what you do now?
Oh, too many.
We're going to get so jealous right now.
Too many. I've had like Maseratis come pick me up from home.
How do we get this?
Wait, how does that even work out? I'm sure you could. We can't.
Casey can. We'll just start,
Dude, it's a cool life, but then there is hard work behind it. Like you work hard for it. So yeah, that was one of them.
I don't think I should be let loose if I used it, was on a Maserati. I think I'd definitely crash it.
It was a chauffeur-driven Maserati.
Okay, that's okay then.
You're not crashing anything.
Is there any other way to do that?
I mean, I'd quite like to drive it, but I don't think Maserati would want me to drive it, but that's another story.
Yeah, that's why they give you a chauffeur. And then they actually it was by Palazzo Versace. They just took us for dinner, and they're like, you know what? Don't worry about it. We'll send you a car. And then when I came out, when I came out of my house, there was a Maserati picking me up, and I'm like, all the neighbors are gonna be so jealous. But there was nobody.
Just like, nobody there. Like, just start talking really loudly, being like, guys.
Yeah. Do you see yourself in the same industry in 5 years?
I do. I mean, I want to up my game a bit because when you become a blogger, I've realized that it always heads somewhere. Like, look at the example of Huda Beauty, right? She started with a blogger, and then she got her makeup line in, and now she's like a superstar. So you always end up, this leads you to get somewhere. So I haven't decided which industry I would want to go to. A lot of people have said, like, start your own restaurant, start a cafe, start a delivery service. But I'm not keen on doing that right now.
I guess it will just evolve as time
Product
goes on.
evolution.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out what I use this popularity, how I really leverage into it. I'll find out.
What about platform, just before we finish up and go on to our next segment, what about platform evolution? Obviously Instagram is huge right now. Do you see TikTok or are you looking at any other platforms that you want to be on?
You know what? Surprisingly, I'm not into TikTok. I don't like TikTok. I don't think people in this region are on TikTok anyway. I could be wrong. I still have to look into the numbers. But from what I checked last, Instagram's reigning. Like Instagram's #1. So I would rather put my efforts all into that. But I have to say, Cassie, like a lot of people say, like you shouldn't rely completely on one platform because you never know what if
anything
it's
can
not
change.
there. Exactly. So I have a website which is my name, lavinaisrani.com, where I'm trying to generate content for my website, so I have something else to fall back on. But YouTube's huge in the region. It's very difficult to have a consistent YouTube channel, though I respect the people who are still doing it.
It's a lot of work.
But it's so difficult.
It is. It's like the post-production on all that.
And they say consistency posting, so posting every day. Yeah, it's tricky.
And you have to be obsessed with YouTube. You have to be obsessed with video content if you want to be huge on YouTube. Otherwise, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So for you right now, Instagram is key and your website.
Yes, I do. I am toying with the idea of IGTV. I don't know if that counts as a separate platform, but IGTVs, I think that's something I want to explore more.
Well, this will be your first IGTV video.
This is the IGTV tomorrow if you're watching us on Facebook now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Really?
There you go.
I'll share it.
So
Awesome.
we started you off on a new platform.
Oh yeah, and you're verified, so you can share the longer video. Very
There
cool.
you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm changing things up.
Yeah.
Today is a very important day, people. Today is Casey's 30th birthday. She's had balloons. She's had cake. She's been embarrassed by her mum. Everything that has happened today
My
could
mum
happen.
brought like a huge chocolate cake into the office, and I had no idea.
It was cute. I just saw the cake in the office. It was really nice.
It's massive.
That's so
It's
sweet of
delicious.
her. That's so
I know,
sweet of your mom.
she's so
She was a
cute.
baker by trade, so.
She is. She's a very cute mum. So, but we have been talking about age. We've been talking about celebrities' ages, and because obviously J-Lo was here not that long ago,
Celebs
50.
We loved growing up.
Exactly. So, shout out because Eminem, not the sweet, the rapper, is coming to Abu Dhabi. Yes.
Oh my god, that's
Yes.
amazing. When's he coming?
So he's coming on. Let me get the 25th of October.
I'm free.
There you go. So the question was, and this is what we couldn't get over, how old do you think he is?
I know how old he is.
Do
He's
you actually?
around 38 maybe.
Off.
Like by a long shot.
And it's really surprising because I think he has one of those. There's a lot of like male celebs, their faces just don't seem to evolve. Sometimes they get slightly better looking, but their faces stay very similar. Not through work or anything, but he has one of those faces that's kind of
He has a baby
ageless.
face. He has a
He has
baby face. Yeah. But okay, but how old is he?
Well, what age did you think earlier? I can't remember. I was like,
Well, no, because I grew up with him. So, you know, she's now joined the 30s workforce, you know.
Yeah.
We grew up with him.
let's stamp that in. Casey is 30.
If nobody knew this,
No.
people, if nobody knew this, Casey is 30.
Yeah, it's out there.
And she's going to be 30 for a lot of many years to come, like myself. Never change. So I don't know. So I grew up with him. So I thought that he would be in his 40s just because when he came into the scene and like obviously how I grew up.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what I said now. Like 44?
But same, yeah, because he's been
Yeah.
making, he's like, back then, I was into his tunes and he just released a new album, Kamikaze, and that's the world tour that he's doing.
Yes.
Which is really cool. But I was like, so, depending on what generation you were, I loved him then, but yeah, I would have said like early 40s.
How old is
So he is.
46.
Okay, I wasn't even that off. I mean,
Nearly
I
that,
thought
yeah.
I was like 20 years off. I'm like, is he 50 already?
Yeah, but like he's looking good.
46,
He's
huh?
looking good.
You said?
There you go.
46.
So, to read
Huge
this
hype, by the way.
Massive hype. Loads of people have been talking about it. So, book this in your diaries. So, Do Live presents Eminem at Do Arena, Yas Island, and Abu Dhabi on the 25th of October. As part of his global Kamikaze tour. I really want to go. You can buy your tickets now at ticketmaster.ae and Virgin Megastores across the UAE. But there are limited tickets available, so book them And it's obviously produced by Flash Entertainment, so...
And it's actually 6 or 7 days after his actual birthday, so when we see him live, he'll be 47.
Oh yeah, it's October
Crawling-
17th.
Crawling up to that 50.
47, yeah. I would have never guessed 47, yeah.
He's getting there. Anyway,
I
I'm
like
excited.
it. Okay,
Let's put that in.
so our next segment that we always do is, I'm going to say this wrong now, tell us what you really think.
Sure.
There you go. So we've obviously, tell us what you think of Eminem. Great. Who doesn't love it? But we have the next one. So you can explain this, how this works.
Well, we just throw out a brief statement, and it can be controversial, so don't take us for it. Exactly what we're saying, that we think it's true, but we want your honest opinion. So whatever we say, tell us what you think about it.
Of course.
5 statements. You want to kick it off?
Okay. Well, I know what your answer to this one is going to be because you've already said it. TikTok is better than Instagram.
Of course it's not.
I don't know. I mean, we've got a TikTok account, Lovin Dubai, and Lucy, who is actually sat behind the camera, is currently famous on there. So go check it out.
Yeah,
I will. I mean, I have the app, but I never open it. I mean, I go through the content.
We put up a fried egg video, and it got 200k views.
Fried egg?
A 15-second video frying egg outside.
That's like the egg account on Instagram that
Oh my
beat
god,
Kylie
yeah, it
Jenner.
went age. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an egg.
Next one. There are too many influencers in the world.
Yeah, in the world or in the region?
In the world we have here.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say in the world. In the region, yes. In the world, probably not. We don't know.
Do you think it's got better though now? You don't have now you've got the license.
Now that I have the license,
Yeah,
I feel
like in terms of like
It's weeded out the weak ones.
Exactly.
But you know, then what happened is agencies came in and gave them the licenses anyway.
Oh, did they?
Of course they did. Yeah.
Smart. Okay, travel gives you the most life experiences.
It does. That's true. You do.
Meeting new people.
Yeah, and then you know when you're traveling with someone, and if something goes wrong or you know not as expected, you really come to know how the person is really, right? Because they're so out of their comfort zone that they're just gonna be themselves and they're not gonna pretend. So if you wanna, I read this on Instagram somewhere. Before you get married to someone, you should take a trip with them.
That's like Meghan and Harry went to they went on a safari together and stayed in a tent for like 3 nights before they decided to tell the world.
But they always say that. Yes, it is. But they do. They always say that. Like, especially like you should do it before you also live together as well, because then you'll know whether or not you should live with them.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, I agree with that statement.
Life experiences and finding a partner, go traveling. Okay. Noted.
Things to live by.
Indian street food is better than fine dining.
It's true.
Interesting.
Is it?
Of course it is.
But like street food, like in India, or like just general street food, like Indian street food, you know? Like it's always better in the region.
I mean, I wouldn't have it in India.
Like in the country.
No, but we're talking about we're talking about street. It could work for any type of food, but street food might be better. We're saying street food better than fine dining. And a lot of cases you can find like really cute, small, cheap
I
places.
think it's about
the food is
like
really
your
good.
taste. I mean, if you have, so many street food carts like all over the world are Michelin star. Did you guys know that? Like the one that's in, the one that's really popular in Singapore is street food, and they have a Michelin star. So it's not like
a
street
vendor,
food
a cart vendor has a Michelin star. Wow.
You should look it up.
That's amazing.
That's
We're waiting for
insane.
Michelin to come to Dubai, but that's
I
another day.
I
That's
know, exactly. I've been waiting for the longest time. And people say, oh, it's going to come, it's going to come.
There
No.
were-
Well, you
Having
have
rumors.
Michelin-starred chefs here.
We
Obviously,
do
there's a
have.
few.
And the old head of Michelin is now running Jumeirah, the whole food group. So, so maybe it's like trickling it in.
Never know. Okay, last one. You only exceed in life by working hard. Oh, very poetic there, Casey.
You only exceed
In life by working hard, by hard work.
Yeah, that's true. It is true. Because hard work can always be talent. Like you might be talented, but what if you're lazy? So you need to be hardworking, right?
This is true.
Wise words on the Lovin Show today.
Very wise words.
The all Instagram quotes bookmarked on my Instagram.
Yeah, just stop scrolling through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, guys.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
you
This was
enjoyed
so
this
much
show.
fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll see you guys at the Eminem concert then.
Absolutely.
I
We'll be
know.
there, up front.
Yeah, we'll all go
T-shirts
together.
and everything. Raving it up.
Guys, catch this, the edited version on Instagram tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week.
Thank you guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.